Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining and welcome back to Wall Street Silver. Our guest today is Yvonne Blaszczyk, President and CEO of BMG Group. How are you doing today, Yvonne?
Fantastic. How about you?
I'm doing really good. I'm so grateful for that you come down to Wall Street Silver to talk about everything that's happening in the gold, silver markets and other financial events that's happening in the world. First, though, let's start off with gold and silver. It's very exciting what's happening right now in the gold markets, precious metals markets, as there's so much economic instability. What do you see happening with gold right now?
Well, gold, it's amazing. It's amazing. Last time we spoke, I think gold was at $2,200 an ounce. In January, it was just over $2,033. Today is over 2,500 USD, which is
Wow.
amazing. And it's, of course, something that I expected and something that many people were expecting. Uh, so it's a fantastic time, very interesting time. Everything that is happening in the world, the whole paradigm shift. And last time I think I mentioned there's a shift from west to east.
Yeah,
There are things that are happening that really um, uh, is difficult to foresee. Many analysts and very many experts, they are still in the old paradigm, and the role of gold and silver in our financial system, in our political system, is not fully yet appreciated. So I anticipate that the gold probably will reach $3,000 in a near future.
yeah,
I think silver will definitely go to about 40 or something like that. Though the relationships right now are not as they used to be. So
yeah,
you never know. It's all about supply and demand. And gold is money. Gold was money for 5,000 years.
yeah.
Silver also is money. Also, I understand that founding fathers, I was reading somewhere, they saw only two currencies, one in gold and one in silver.
Right.
And now, after all this, is we have a fiat currency and we have all those other proxies. But what's happening right now internationally uh, basically changed our world, our financial system. So before we used to look at the interest rates, elections for this major move in prices up or down.
Right.
Right now, it's outside our realm. We have to go over the pond and look into Europe and into East, into other countries. And particularly, the rise of BRICS is a critical factor. And the other one, the central bank buying of gold.
Yeah. Do
It's
you
it's it's yes, go ahead.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You nailed it. I think it's a combination of central bank buying of gold, and you see BRICS nations and everyone. So the political climate is so crazy now, Yvonne. But I wanted to talk more about is a lot of people online are talking about BRICS nations and will they be successful of having like a gold back commodity currency or a commodity back currency? Do you think they'll be successful, Yvonne?
They already do that.
Right.
Many of those countries already back the local currency in gold. Russia de facto has a gold standard as well.
Monetary Metals is offering 12% on silver, paid in silver in a historic offering, the first silver bond in over 150 years.
There's about $15 trillion worth of precious metals in the world, all sitting there. It's just absolutely insane. Monetary Metals is bringing gold back into the financial world, putting gold to productive use right now. The problem with gold, of course, in physical form is that it's heavy, it's not easy to ship, and it costs money to store in a protected manner. This platform allows gold to be put to productive use, so instead of sitting there costing you money, it's actually in use earning you money.
Learn how you can earn 2 to 5% in our leasing program and how accredited investors can earn up to 12% on silver, paid in silver. This advertisement is not investment or financial advice. Minimum investment applies.
Wow.
But they are not really officially recognized as such. And you know very well that the sanctions actually helped to create that situation and never touched the gold nor the trades. So
Right.
everything is happening almost outside the Western system, which is very dangerous. It does not mean that US dollar is going to vanish, absolutely not. But it will definitely have a stiff competition. But what will happen when you look at the BRICS countries, what's happening right now, they are not only very strong, I guess, economic a powerhouse,
Right.
but they also are extremely keen on creating alternative financial system. And you know that in 2014 and 15, both Russia and China created the alternative to SWIFT,
Right.
which is being used, but they may have some other ways of dealing with that. But what has happened recently is really extremely interesting. For example, the recent in last few days situation in Azerbaijan.
Why? What
Azerbaijan
happened
is
there?
joining. Well, Azerbaijan is joining BRICS.
Wow.
Azerbaijan, Putin visited Azerbaijan. They signed tons of other agreements, trade agreements, some partnerships, and they are planning on building tanks, oil tankers.
Wow.
So that's going to be amazing. At the same time, we have a huge difficult, kind of a flashpoint on the eastern border of Ukraine or western border of Russia, where the pipeline that supply oil to Central Europe, particularly to Slovenia, Hungary, and Czech Republic, is that now in danger of being blown up,
Yeah.
which
That-
will create a huge situation for those three countries. Winter is coming, and there are going to be issues within European Union because they may not be able so keen to support sites that prevent them from receiving vital oil.
Yeah.
At the same time, look at the BRICS countries right now have 30% of the world's population,
Right.
about 45% of whole territory, and almost close to upper 40 some percent of the oil producing countries. The way they're located is very strategic. You have the Asia Pacific, you have Middle East, you have Africa, and you have South America.
Right.
It feels like they surrounded the Western system, even geographically, which will have an impact, of course, on trades and communications and everything else. But the situation is extremely interesting. I think there are also over 30 states have expressed interest in some way of joining or cooperating with BRICS countries. That means everyone is looking for alternatives. And what's pushing it is many factors. You cannot say there is many variables that basically created this situation, unprecedented situation. What has happened here in North America? We have not recognized yet the value of gold and silver.
Yeah.
We are still living in the old paradigm.
Right.
When I speak to people, they think wealth preservation, I think I spoke to you about it last time, is for wealthy people.
Yeah.
Wealth preservation for billionaire, if I lose even 50% of my wealth, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to drink champagne and eat caviar. But if you lose your house and you have no place to live or your savings,
Right.
that's a real loss.
Right.
Visible loss, something that people do not foresee. So I do believe that exposure, not only possessing gold, even exposure to some proxies are very important. Now, gold, physical gold that we offer is fantastic, and people recognize there's a element there is a huge group of people that understand gold, that understand silver, understand its meaning and value to their portfolio.
Yeah.
But there's another group that is thinking why gold fluctuates. They don't understand that gold goes up and down on daily, monthly basis. But at the end of the year, you look at 20, 10, 15%, even over a few years period, you see huge, the best returns of anything else available out there.
Yeah.
Now, the media is right now very helpful in at least, doesn't matter on the context, at least the gold is in the news. So
Right.
it makes me brings some fruit for thought, and people are doing the research and getting more interesting, but average person is really very vulnerable in this climate. that I think the only way to go around it is to look into an investment. The other obstacle that a lot of people see, they don't look for a financial advisors that actually know gold and appreciate gold and precious metals.
Right. Yeah. There's
So they don't have that direct exposure. For example, beside the physical gold, our company, we have mutual funds backed with 100% with gold, silver, the tri-metal.
that's at
But what
BMG.
happens, yes, BMG mutual funds. So if financial advisors are aware of that, they need to understand the value of those physical aspects of the mutual fund. And
Right.
every unit has a corresponding value stored in a vault.
Right.
So if they would present it to their clients, more people would protect themselves and have at least some portion of their portfolio in gold or silver.
Yeah, I find it really surprising, Yvonne, that like you talk to the average person and they don't have the average person does not have any silver, any gold, any wealth preservation. Most people are living like 3, 4 months paycheck to paycheck, and
Exactly. Also,
they're-
people dream of stock market. People
yeah,
dream of those days when you become a millionaire because you invested in railway, this is something, or Google back in the day.
right.
But those are, different way of thinking. I think the more education there is, we provided a lot of education, our company, over the last 20 years to people and we have a very good marketplace with people that understand the gold, they understand precious metals. But what I would like to see is having a larger population exposed to the ideas, to the reasons, to understand how they can benefit from it in the
Yeah.
long term.
Yeah, absolutely. If we had a mass majority of people into silver and gold, I think eventually it'll happen because you can't keep this game going on forever. Like 2008, there was a collapse, and maybe this time there won't be a collapse that you can recover from, you know?
Exactly, but 2008 was different type of collapse. So right now you have a pressures,
Right.
all sorts of different pressures going on. You have the different wars, military conflicts. You have a trade disagreements. You have political fractions.
Yeah.
For example, when you look at the elections in the United States, the divisive rhetoric
Yeah.
is going to have an impact. It doesn't matter really who is going to win. The issue is going to be still there.
They're still divided.
And what will happen, that will impact the market.
Right.
And once it impacts the market, impacts everyone. So there is no fast solution to anything, but on individual basis to protect yourself and to understand how to do it is very important.
Yeah, I
Uh,
totally agree.
right now, the one brick of gold, can you imagine, is worth $1 million.
Yeah, I seen that and I didn't believe it the other day. I seen it on Instagram like yesterday or 2 days ago. It says one brick of gold is a million. I said, there's no way.
But this is amazing. So that means somebody said, "Oh my God, I lived. It's $1 million."
Yeah.
This is something, that this is how the awareness starts. People
Right.
start noticing, but people still don't know. People don't know where to buy gold. They go to, coin dealers with the huge premiums. They don't know of the companies like ours that has a products that are available to them, and that would benefit them,
Yeah,
and
that's
they
good.
are not, um, that are quite easily accessible if you know where to find them. I speak to people. People have no clue even that we have that there is even exists mutual fund with, let's say, gold in it.
Yeah, that's
You
that's
just
that's
sit,
huge.
you
That's
drink
huge.
wine, and you wait for the gold price to go up. I mean, it's not as simple. I'm joking, but basically, what's happening? People think, "Oh my goodness, what am I going to do?" They're looking into different products. They are still doing what they were doing all the time.
Yeah.
Change is very difficult. Change is something that I think humans are resistant to change.
Yeah.
Genetically, I think they are predisposed to resist any change.
Yeah.
So
No, I totally agree with you. And Yvonne, it's always such a huge pleasure you coming down to Wall Street Silver, talking about gold and everything that's happening in the precious metals market. And I will put a link to the description to the BMG group and to you guys, so everyone can connect with you guys in the description below. But as the market develops, as gold develops, and I'm sure it's just going to keep going up in prices as all the crazy financial situations happen in the world. But I'd love to have you back on in the future.
it would be my pleasure. And just sort of in closing, I would like to mention that the supply of the gold above ground is limited.
Right.
So the supply and demand pressures will dictate the price. Now with silver is a bit different story, but the industrial application of silver is a very important factor, even though the production is much better, and it will still, it still is money. Silver is money as well as gold, and silver will find its way up
Yeah.
dramatically at some point. Right now, as I say, is basically a lady in waiting.
Yeah. Which is true. I totally agree with that. But again, yeah,
But gold is hot. Gold is
yeah.
hot. The market is hot. The more problems in the world, the better for gold. But also the worse for everyone else if they are not prepared to protect themselves. So I think it's very, very important that people start looking at the global scene, not just their own environment, just our own local, national, or even in a Western environment. Let's take a look what's going on elsewhere in the world, and maybe then we can understand how to build a good, secure future for us and our children.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Well, again, Yvonne, thank you so much for coming down to Wall Street Silver. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Bye.